Hi everybody, my name's Christie and I am the Warriors of Ease Executive Director. We have 30 minutes together tonight for an all-level style practice, and this type of practice is going to encourage strength as well as flexibility and nervous system regulation. We're going to start out in a comfortable seat today. I have a couple pillows underneath of my seat, and that's just to raise my hips closer to a little bit of the pressure off of the hips. So if you would like to go grab a couple pillows, take that time to do so right now. We'll get started in just a couple seconds. But if you've already got a couple pillows seated up, we're going to start in a comfortable seat today, and you can either have the legs out in front of you bent, or if you would like to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position, that's completely up to you. This is just a personal preference, but you can sit either way you would like. And so starting out in a comfortable seat, we'll just start to take some small movements. And as you inhale, you'll feel the chest reach towards the ceiling, getting a little bit taller. And then as you exhale, rounding the upper back towards the ceiling, letting the head hang heavy, the forehead might even come to the knees. On an inhale, getting long through the spine. As you exhale, rounding the upper back towards the ceiling, head hangs heavy, the forehead might even come to the knees. Inhale, finding a little length, maybe even using the hands to press into the thighs. As you exhale, round. And you can start to exaggerate or simplify the movements. Maybe even bringing the arms in, opening them wide on the inhales, and letting them curve in on the exhales. Inhaling, finding length, maybe the palms flip to face the ceiling. Exhaling, rounding through the upper back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Last round, inhale, length. Exhale, round. Right hand down towards the right side of your right, or by your right hip, and the thumb can face in and the fingertips can face away. And then on the next inhale, reaching the left hand up and over. And then as you exhale, finding a little bend in the right side, a little bit of length through the left. Inhale, come up through center and switch sides. So left hand comes down, right fingertips reach up and over. As you exhale, finding a little bend opening through the left side body. Inhaling, coming back up through the middle, switch. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Inhale, center. Exhale, over. Taking a few more rounds of breath just like this. And once again, you can make these movements as small or as exaggerated if you want. So maybe the hand just lifts and it's a small bend to the side. Maybe there's these big sweeping arm movements coming up and over. Moving as fast or as slow as you would like. What does it sound like to exhale? It seems we have a visitor pup dog with us today next door who wanted to say hello. 2 more rounds, so one time left and right on either side. Coming back to center. Bringing the right hand to the back of the right hip and the left hand to the left knee. On an inhale, sitting up nice and tall, feeling the inner thighs hug in towards one another, creating a little bit of stability. And as you exhale, opening the chest up to the right. And again, as small or as big as you would like. So staying here with the hand on the thigh, or you can begin to cross the arm over the body. But we're not cranking this twist open. We're allowing it to happen. Inhales, finding length. Exhale, a little stability, feeling everything hug in towards the center. One more round of breath here. Inhaling, feeling the lower belly expand. And this time as you exhale, let the shoulders get heavy. And inhale, come back through to center, and we'll switch sides. So left hand to the back of the left hip. Right hand to the right thigh. And an inhale, sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, opening the chest to the left. Inhaling, feeling the lower belly expand, and as you exhale, the head and the neck and the shoulders get heavy. Maybe there's even a wiggle left and right. And opening and closing of the jaw. And then if you would like, you can cross the arm over the body, or you can stay here. Coming back through center, releasing that twist. And then picking the left foot up and crossing the left foot up and over the right knee. And you can ease off a little bit by extending that bottom leg towards straight, or you can intensify the sensation by pulling that bottom leg in closer to you. But finding this figure four. And then just staying here for now, breathing into the sensation on the outside of the left hip. Inhaling, feeling the lower belly expand. Exhale, head and neck and shoulders get heavy. Inhaling, feeling the lower belly expand. Exhale, stay. Inhale, finding expansion. Exhale, release. Finding a little wiggle left and right. And then noticing the difference between the left hip and the right hip. And if there isn't one, that's okay. But just taking a second to see if there is. Maybe one has a sensation of warmth or tingling. And switching sides, picking up the right leg and crossing the right ankle up and over the left knee. And once again, you have options, either working that bottom leg out towards straight to take a little bit of the pressure off of the right hip, or pulling the knee in, creating a little more sensation. It's completely up to you. And then sitting here with the breath for a couple of minutes, options with the arms, either up on the leg, placing the hands on the shin and the knee, or you can even bring them down beside you. And coming back to the breath. Inhales, feeling expansion through the lower belly and the chest. As you exhale, feel the chest and then the belly go down. Inhale, expansion, lower, upper. Exhale, the chest goes down and the belly goes down. Last round of breath. Inhale, finding a little bit of expansion. Exhale, head and neck and shoulders get heavy. Gently release. And again, giving those legs a little left and right. A couple windshield wipers. And then we'll make our way to a table, and I'll be facing you, but you guys can come to the middle of your mat, so facing the front of the mat or towards the camera, but I will stay facing you for this little next portion. Removing the pillows either to the left or to the right. And then making your way onto the hands and knees, finding the wrists underneath of the shoulders and the knees underneath of the hips. And we'll start just by making circles with the upper body. It doesn't matter which direction you go, but just finding movement. Feeling the weight shift from the inside to the outside of the hand. Sensation from the backs of the wrists to the front of the wrists. If you haven't already, switching directions. Feeling the muscles and the tension change as you move from weight in the front to weight in the back. There's our friend again. Gently release, coming up onto the knees, giving the hands a little shake. Making your way back down again, wrists underneath of the shoulders, knees underneath of the hips. This time the fingertips face away from one another, and we'll start just by rocking forwards and backwards, and notice that there's a change in muscles, a change in sensation, a change in what's pressing down. And then slowly making those movements smaller and smaller until you find this center. And then once you find the center, front to back, starting to move side to side. And in the next 3 or 4 breaths, making those movements smaller and finding that center. As we move from left to right and making those shifts smaller and smaller, finding the place that's right in the middle. Gently release. And we'll come all the way down onto our bellies. And then as you inhale, just peel the chest up off of the mat. The gaze is down to keep the back of the neck long. Feet are pressing down more so through the pinky toe edges than through the big toe edges. Feeling the sits bones drag towards the heels, creating length through the lower back. And the next time you exhale, bring the forehead back down. As you inhale, peeling the chest up, gaze is down. This time bending through the right knee, bringing the right heel towards the right glute. As you exhale, everything comes down, forehead. As you inhale, peeling the chest up, bending through the left knee. And then repeating 2 more times on each side. As you exhale, come down. Inhale, coming up, right knee bends. Exhale, down. Inhale, left. Exhale, down. Inhale up, left knee bends. Exhale, down. Pressing up through all fours and making your way to table in the middle of your mat. And we'll start by kickstanding the left leg out behind you, coming up high onto the ball of the back toes, and then just finding a little rock forwards and backwards. Finding sensation through the calf. Feeling the difference in the weight as we move forwards and backwards on the wrists and the ball of the foot. And then coming back to the breath, inhaling, finding expansion. And as you exhale, maybe the head hangs heavy, moving from side to side, opening and closing the jaw. And then kickstanding the right ankle towards the right side of the room at a 45-degree angle, and then spinning the back heel down so you're on the sole of the back foot. And then starting to make big circles or small circles with this upper arm. They can be as exaggerated or as small as you would like. Coming back to the breath, maybe the inhales, the arm rises, and the exhales, the arm falls. Gently release. And you guys will come back to table and stay here. I'm going to transition to face the other side of my mat just so I can stay with you guys. Picking the right foot up and stepping the right foot to the back of the mat and starting out by just taking those rock forward and back. Sensation through the back of the calf. Feeling the pressure, the weight underneath of the wrists shift. Finding stillness, and then kickstanding the left ankle about 45 degrees towards the left side. Spinning the back heel down as small as you would like. In any direction. The head can hang heavy, looking out in front of you or down towards the left wrist. Inhaling, finding expansion, and on the exhales, finding a little bit of heavy. And then making your way back to that table, we'll start by working our right leg out in front of us. So stepping the right foot forward, and then we'll come up to lunge. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit. So the right foot in front, and then bringing the hands up onto the right thigh, coming all the way up to that lunge and working the arms out in front of you. Palms are facing one another on an inhale, rounding the upper back. As you exhale, it's like you're opening up a bow and arrow. The right elbow moves back, the left fingertips move forward. Inhaling, finding that rounding. Exhale, open. Inhale, round. Exhale, open. Holding here for 2 rounds of breath, inhaling, expansion. As you exhale, the shoulders get heavy. Inhale, finding a little bit of expansion. Exhale, stay. Gently release. Making your way back to table. Once again, I'm going to switch directions, but you stay facing the exact same way. And then we'll begin to work our left leg forward, coming into that same lunge, just on the other side. Hands come up onto the thigh. Extending the arms out in front of you, palms face one another, and on an inhale, round the upper back, reaching the fingers forward. As you exhale, it's like opening up that bow and arrow, left elbow back, right fingertips forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Staying here for 2 full rounds of breath. Inhaling, finding the lower belly expand. Exhale, stay. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, the head and the neck and the shoulders get heavy. Gently unwind. And starting in almost the exact same spot ending in almost the exact same spot we started, coming onto the sits bones and legs come out in front of you. This time bent versus sitting easy-legged. And just noticing the sensation underneath of the feet. So maybe picking one toe up and setting it down, or all of the toes and setting them down. Noticing if the texture is cold or warm. Letting whatever is underneath of you hold you up. Extending the left leg out to straighten. We'll begin by crossing the right leg up and over, and I like to come onto the ball of my foot. I can't put my foot on. Sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, feel the inner thighs hugging towards one another, and that may allow a little bit of a twist open towards the right side. Inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, let the head and the neck and the shoulders get heavy. Inhale, feeling a little bit of expansion. As you exhale, maybe releasing some of the tension in the jaw. Last round, inhale here. Exhale, stay. Release. Switching sides, so right leg is straight, left leg is bent. And again, I come onto the ball of my foot because I can't place my foot all the way down. Left arm behind you, and the right hand comes to the left knee on an inhale, sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, feeling the inner thighs start to hug. Inhale, finding expansion. Exhale, a little bit of heaviness, allowing whatever is underneath of you to hold you up. Inhaling here. Exhale, giving permission to your body to let go of a little bit of tension. Inhale, stay. Exhale, release. Gently unwinding. And then coming all the way down onto your backs. And from here, pulling the right knee into the chest, you can leave the left leg bent or you can extend it out to straight. It's completely up to you. On an inhale, finding a little pressure as you expand. Exhale, the head and the neck and the shoulders get heavy down into the mat. Inhaling for expansion. Exhaling for release. Releasing the right leg. And then allowing both knees with the feet towards the outer edges of the mat to fall down into the left. And then you can leave the arms down by the side, or you can bring one arm up or one arm bones. Exhaling, the hips get heavy into the mat. Inhaling, space between the ribs and the hips. Exhale here. Coming back through center, and this time bringing the left knee into the chest. Inhaling, feeling the expansion. Exhale, the head and the neck and the shoulders get heavy. Last round of breath here. Inhale. Exhale, stay. Releasing. They can come onto the belly, or one arm can be up, or one arm can be down. Letting the head fall either to the left or to the right, whichever one feels best for you. Inhaling, feeling space created between the hips and the ribs. Exhale. Everything gets a little bit heavier down into the mat. Inhaling, space between the ribs and the hips. Exhale, stay. And slowly making your knees come back up to center. And then either letting the feet come wide and the knees come together, or you can extend the legs all the way out to straight. I will come to a comfortable seat, but you guys stay exactly where you are. Coming back to the breath. What does it feel like to inhale? Where is the expansion? And what does it sound like to exhale? Inhaling. As you exhale, maybe the lower jaw releases away from the upper jaw. Inhale. And as you exhale, maybe the tongue releases away from the roof of the mouth. Inhaling here, and as you exhale, feeling the shoulders move away from one another. And stay exactly where you are and take your time as you start to move. Thank you for joining us for class tonight as part of Operation Remote Resilience. And if you get a chance tonight, take a look at the description below. These classes are made possible by viewers and supporters, and maybe you can consider making a donation to help us keep them going. This is Christie signing off of Operation Remote Resilience in health, resilience, and connection.